4 minutes early. That's okay. Put a question in the chat. There we go. Little early, so we're waiting on people to come in. Start going through my spiel here in the next 3 minutes. My toddler decided to cooperate this evening, so that was good. We're not 15 minutes late. We're actually a couple minutes early tonight. Let's hope that continues. New camera. Hi. Yeah. We don't have any more frame rate issues now. You can already tell it looks a lot better than it has, so that's good. Hopefully you're hearing me all right too. I've got the snowball somewhat close. That's next thing on my list to update. It's a pretty decent camera, or pretty decent microphone, but that needs to be fixed. So. All right. And then for those coming in, I do have a question in the chat. What is your most nostalgic piece of your Ghostbusters collection, if you have one? I'm assuming that if you're watching me, you must be somewhat of a Ghostbusters fan. Probably a Ghostbuster in a franchise somewhere over the rainbow. Me, I am Ike Lewis, aka the Ecto Hawk of the Iowa Ghostbusters. One of the, I believe, 3 recognized franchises in the state. Got the Mid IA GBs and Sioux City GBs. Got 1 more minute to go. Yeah, I'm impressed. If this was going to continue to be a thing, I certainly need to invest the money into it. So you're welcome, Bezos. I got some more money out of me. Also, dig my dirty checkered floor. This is like laminate flooring, just glued on top of concrete. I don't have any socks on, and it's cold in Iowa. I'm not having a good time right now. And I'm rocking the Muscatine Muskies. I am stationed out of Muscatine, Iowa. I did not go to school at Muscatine, though. There is a smaller school outside of town called Louisa Muscatine. It basically sits on the county line of Louisa and Muscatine counties, hence the name. I grew up on a 1-acre plot of land surrounded by grain fields, which would explain why I'm as weird as I am. I think the closest friend I had was like a quarter-mile away down the gravel road. So cool. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I guess this is technically episode 2 of Hump Days with the Hawk. Last week we were celebrating the birthday of Tom Baker. Again, 92 years old. The 4th Doctor Who is 92. Just read the news that he's going to be doing some voice acting still. So that's incredible. Good for him. So I thought I would have a little bit more structure on this episode. People that are coming into the stream, I welcome you to pop something in the comment if you want me to talk about something or whatnot. But I'm just gonna dive into it. Ooh, I have a sexy Egon anime. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I don't have anything that cool, but that, yeah. Is it like sexy Egon, as in like he's a rock star, or is it just it looks good and ergo it's sexy? Also, hello to the South Shore. South Shore Ghostbusters from Chicagoland have made it into the stream. Hello. So as you can tell in the background, I'm a Ghostbuster, right? Part of the group, so I got the flight suit, the gear, all that fun stuff. And if you look up there, you can't really see it, but toys and everything. But all of us who are super fanatics, right, like to have a lot of solid copies of physical media of the same movie. Or as my wife likes to put it, why on earth do you need yet another copy of Ghostbusters? And mind your business. So I'm going to go through what I have on hand. A couple things that are MIA, meaning I know I have them, I'm just not sure. Oh, okay, so yeah, that truly is, for those who will watch this later, he's got his shirt unbuttoned showing some chest. That is 100% a sexy Egon animations. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's great. So, again, I'm going to go through my physical media collection of what I've got. I've got a couple of missing in actions, basically meaning I have them. They're just not with me. And then actually some grails. So speaking of grail, and speaking of the South Shore, so my fandom of Ghostbusters started at the Sitters here in good old Muscatine, Iowa, when my buddy Ben Surrey brought over this. So this is how I first watched Ghostbusters 1 and 2. It was the collector's edition box set. And it's got both movies in it. Actually, in this one, you can see it still has the tape. So now my buddy Ben Surrey owned this. I didn't. So there for the longest time, this is how I watch Ghostbusters. Hello. Good to see you. When I really started diving into my Ghostbusters collection again, like this was the grail. I wanted to find this out in the wild. I had made a post, was it last year? I'm not 100% sure. It had to have been last year. About seeking this collector set on VHS. And Mark Hagen of the South Shore Ghostbusters is like, hey, I've got that. And it's just like laying around. Shoot me an offer and I'll ship it to you. So I got it for what I felt was an amazing price considering what I saw online. And for for as old as it is, like, it's in really, there's a little bit of scuffs right there, but I mean, it's not like it's new, right? And here's the cool thing about this. It still has the real Ghostbusters toy insert in it. Certainly, especially you could tell, there's the camera, right? GB2 has been out. They're really starting to huck their GB2 toys, so the Ecto-1A. But this is incredible. I had been seeking these well before I became an Iowa Ghostbuster. Like, if I went to a Goodwill, flea market, or whatever, I would immediately dive into the VHS tapes looking for this. So, Mark, thank you. This is awesome. Like, I have a section where I keep my physical media for Ghostbusters, and this sits up on my special shelf in my office so I can look at it every day, and it just makes me smile. On that note, Ben Suri, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be watching this. All of this is your fault, but thanks, dude. Man, it's fun being a Ghostbuster. I know when I brought it up to you about me actually thinking about doing a Ghostbusters cosplay, you were all about it. So again, every time I zip up the flight suit, bud, I'm thinking of you. So for the longest time, that's how I watched Ghostbusters. Then I moved out to the aforementioned acre plot of land out in the middle of nowhere, and Ben Suri was still in town, so I didn't have the collector's edition to watch. We had a VCR at home, however, we never owned a copy of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. So every day when I got done with school on Friday, it was straight to the Letts Public Library. Now, Letts is this teeny tiny town in Iowa, and back in the day, in the same building, it was the post office, it was the bar, it was the community center, and then it was the library. So I would go to the library, and I would snag Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2. Oh, that's got a bit of a rattle to it. That's scary, but I don't think this is a true first print VHS. The logo isn't, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't pop out. It's flat against the box. This one's in really, really rough shape, but I think Nick might have found this for me at a Goodwill in Coralville, Iowa, and picked it up for me, and I gave him a giant hug. So you're 100% right. Ghostbusters is, in fact, for everybody. Except a select few that every time you see them, they should be punched in the face. I think you made a post recently about these people being from Illinois and how you don't like them. Ghostbusters is not for them. But anyway, so pretty cool there. And I'm not even sure what print this is, but I'm pretty sure I just found this one on my own, and it was an instant buy. So I would say that those are my only VHS copies of Ghostbusters, but I actually somewhere, it's not in this house, it's probably buried somewhere at my mom's. So as a kid, I was super, super, super into Ghostbusters to the point where my dad kind of like grounded me from Ghostbusters. Like, Ghostbusters had to leave our house. I couldn't talk about it. We had to do something else. So there was a little period where I didn't have any toys. I wasn't watching the movie. And I think that's kind of when I got into sports and whatnot. My dad could breathe a little bit. But then I got my own job, and I had money. And that's when I bought the 15th anniversary release of Ghostbusters on VHS, which looks like this, except it's a VHS. Actually, I hate that release. I mean, all of these are formatted for 4x3 with pan scan. I think that one does the worst job. A good example is right before Lewis and Dana transform, and you can see them lifting their arms up in the air, getting ready to transform. It's a shot of the bench in between them with like some fog and everything. It's like, what are you doing? I know in other releases it was a cut of Dana and a cut of Lewis. Why couldn't you just keep doing that? So awful. But that's a good segue actually into this. So I buy that tape and I'm like, well, this isn't good. And I've always kind of had an inkling about technology, and this was right around the time when DVD was, becoming an actual affordable thing in homes. It's like, well, I gotta get a DVD player, and I've got to get Ghostbusters, because I heard of this deleted scene where the Stay Puft Man hat actually falls out of the sky after the explosion. For whatever reason, I really, really, really wanted to see that. So I saved up all my money. I went out and got a cheap DVD player from Walmart, and I bought this. And I remember sitting the family down to watch this, and my dad is a man of the land. He is not a tech savvy person at all. But I hooked the DVD player up to the TV, and then I put on the movie, and it's 16:9 and not 4:3, and we're watching it on a 4:3 tube TV. And he goes, "How much money did you spend on this? It doesn't even fill the screen. What are you doing?" It's like, no, Dad, you don't even like this movie. Just go away. Like, let me have my thing. So, also, the Stay Puft Hat deleted scene. I see why it's kind of doesn't look that good. So, uh, the next piece of physical media I bought, or I actually received, it was actually Christmas Eve. I can't remember if it was sophomore or junior year of high school, but it was the Ghostbusters 2 DVD that came out. Never really liked the cover of this, and honestly, it's like a really super duper bare bones DVD. It was nice having Ghostbusters 2 on DVD, but like there's little to no special features, and it's one of those flip disc where one side is widescreen and one side is full screen, and like there's some trailers and whatnot, but it's nothing to write home about. So, now this set I got while thrifting. I didn't buy this because I had Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on DVD already. However, the booklet that comes with this is actually pretty slick. So, and I do appreciate the Real Ghostbusters episodes that are on the Ghostbusters 2 DVD release in this box set. So, I just didn't really have it. It's just something I picked up in my travels. So, so this is going to be my first MIA. So, for the longest time, Ghostbusters 2 kind of got the short end of the stick when it came to releases. So, in 2014, when we got the combo Ghostbusters 2 Blu-ray set, I was all over it. And it's got the little booklet and everything. I do own it, but it's actually... So, when it's warm, me and the family like to go camping. It's currently in the camper next to the PlayStation 3 where we watch Ghostbusters 1 and 2. So, it's in a camper outside of Aledo, Illinois right now. I didn't feel like driving 45 minutes just to get a copy of what you all know and it looks like. So before I started my current career, working at the University of Iowa, I actually worked at Best Buy, where steel books were all the rage. So you had to know I was gonna get the steel books too. So actually, as far as steel books are concerned, they really nail Ghostbusters 2 very well. I like how they interpret the scene of Ray and Egon and Winston going down to check out the slime tunnel. Nothing to shake a stick at the encounter of Eleanor Twitty at the library either. I think that's a cool cover as well. But, I mean, neat to have. How often do I watch those? Well, how often do I watch any of these? Like, never, really. If anything, I'm watching the Ultimate Collection. So, and then this was this the 25th anniversary steelbook release? I believe it is. Easily my favorite steelbook. Has that cool retro VHS look to it. I hate the 2. I really wish they would just do the no ghost. Like, I don't like this iteration of the logo for merchandising. It annoys me. But this one was pretty sweet because it was chock full of all sorts of special features we hadn't seen before. This was my go-to for the longest time when I wanted to sit and watch Ghostbusters until... Yes, this came out. So I know we all have this too. So, and I don't think I need to talk much about what this is, right? It's the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection. So, and that's really about it. So, oh, good question. Copies that I'm still seeking. So, again, goofy. How many copies of one movie do you need? I would love the gold clamshell Columbia TriStar releases of Ghostbusters 1 and 2 in VHS. I have seen them. My cousin actually brought them over to our house once. I think she was watching me, but more making sure that I didn't kill my little brother at the time. So I've seen it. It's been in my hands. I've just never owned it. I would like to own it. And then the Laserdisc copies too. I don't know. This kind of squashed my desire for wanting the Laserdisc copies, just because so much of the extra features that were in the Laserdisc are, and then some, are in this now. But you know, I'm a physical media dork. Like, if I see it, I'm gonna grab it. So, yeah, that's all I got for that. So thank you for entertaining my little spiel there. Chris Allen, South Shore guy, South Shore there. Yeah, cool. That's all I've got going on. What do you all got going on? Ooh, I don't want to do that. Let's see here. Oh, the Iowa Ghostbusters do have a team meeting coming up this Sunday. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about it. We've got some stuff in the works we're going to talk about, see where it goes with the year. Excuse me. Next event is, well, I say that, so those of you that follow the Iowa Ghostbusters know that our main charitable cause is the Stead Family Children's Hospital. The University of Iowa every February holds a dance marathon, and if you've been around any major university, they pretty much all do this, right? It is what it is. It's a 24-hour dance marathon where student teams get together. I think each student has to raise $500 for the hospital just to dance in the event. But every year they raise millions of dollars, and that goes to the Children's Miracle Network, which then is able to give back to Steads, which is awesome. I got the email last week about volunteering as a UI employee for the event. It's going to be my first dance marathon in a couple. Oh, wow. I say a couple. Oh, Quinn's 4. Oof. It's going to be about 5 years since I've been at Dance Marathon. I have snuck into. They do a giant opening ceremony before everyone has to stand up, and they stand up for 24 hours. And I've snuck my head in there a couple times, just because. I mean, it's one of the coolest things and most emotional things you'll ever be a part of. So I'll probably stick around again for that this year. Will the Iowa Ghostbusters be there? Be in some capacity? I think as of right now, no, but I'm working on it. If I do, it's going to be a handful of us just walking around for photo ops with the dancers, kiddos, and their families. I mean, when the kiddos and the family see us, like, they stop everything and they want a picture. So I think it would be cool to be a part of the event. So will it be an Iowa Ghostbusters event? I think unofficially it won't be. Some of us might be there just for photo ops for a little bit and bounce. But hopefully it's something we're a part of in the future, because it would be really cool to do that. So if that doesn't pan out, for sure, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Bummer. Actually, it won't be a bummer. We'll be at the Doubletree Convention Center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for the QuadCon show. Actually, those QuadCon shows in Cedar Rapids usually are really big money makers for us for Stead. So, and the Iowa Ghostbusters have been a part of QuadCon, not only in Cedar Rapids, but back in the day at the North Park Mall in Davenport too. They still do 2 of those a year at North Park. We've kind of dipped away from that. We used to be able to park the car in the mall, and we can't. And, you know, people got to make money, and we get it, right? You got a business to run, so. But they're gracious enough to give us a spot in the Cedar Rapids show, which is more convention like. I like that more than the mall shows. I think it's a better fit for our group because yeah, just with all the props and everything we have now, we kind of truly outgrew the mall space. So it's a good fit for everybody. So it is pay to get in. I think it's $5 though. Like it's next to nothing. There are some small concessions inside, but they usually have food trucks outside. And the food trucks are awesome. Uh, Need Pizza is across the street too. If you're in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and you really want some good pizza, Need Pizza is the place to go. Um, and then there's shows after that. Let me pull up the Discord so I can look at it. Oh, the inaugural Cedar Rapids Comic Con at the Holiday Inn Suites in the Cedar Falls Waterloo Event Center. That is March 7th and 8th. That is the first time that show is happening. We will absolutely be a part of that. And then I believe our next book show after that is in April. So every year, the Rod Library on the campus of University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls holds a free Comic-Con out of their library, which is pretty cool. It's actually the first event where I ever cosplay as a Ghostbuster. I had my janky Halloween Stooms flight suit and a very slightly modded HasLab pack, but not nearly to the extent that it is now. Boy howdy, did I just fell in love with that feeling of, wow, like I'm fitting the bill here, this is cool. Shortly after that is when I started to really poke Matt and be like, hey, I want to be a part of the team, and those of you that know Matt, he was like, show up, don't be an idiot, and we'll see if you'll be a part of it. I showed up, I did act like an idiot, but the gleeful idiot. I think self-proclaimed Farley of the Iowa Ghostbusters is my title. So, yeah. That's what I've got going on. Ooh, somebody popped in to say hello. Hello, person. You know what? I wish Facebook Live would, like, actually show me, like, who's watching. That'd be cool. So I could say hi to them. So, hello, person. Say something in the chat so I know who you are. Alright. And if you didn't see it, I just went through a giant spiel of all of my physical media of Ghostbusters. I am not going to do that again because it was 15 minutes of me rambling about, physical media. Oh, yes. I will hold this again, though. This is my favorite one. This is my baby. I like this one the most. It could be a very short stream. It doesn't look like we got a whole lot of people watching, which is fine. Life happens. I was 15 minutes late last week, so... truth be told, I've been a very busy cat at work, too, so... if I just ramble for 25 minutes, call it good, so... I'll hang out for a little while longer. Otherwise, yeah, I might just call it. If you did miss the live stream, obviously this will be up on my feed. I do upload Hump Days with the Hawk on my YouTube page too. So here, I will pull that up and put that in the chat so you've got it. I'm also going through a playthrough of Ghostbusters the video game. I just broadcast that live via my PlayStation 5. So, and the audio levels in the first level were not great. I've done some tests and I fixed that. So if you want to pop in and say hello, by all means you can do that. But That is the Facebook page. Um, ooh, and Iowa Ghostbusters news. We got the original Iowa Ghostbusters YouTube page back. Yeah. So I would expect some more content out of that too. So we're really trying to ramp up the social media game this year, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this every Wednesday night. So, well, yeah, I uh, I think I'm gonna call it. So, unless somebody pops in here and they want to say hi, yeah, feel free to follow me. I'm usually pretty good about letting you know what the Iowa Ghostbusters are up to. Obviously, follow the Iowa Ghostbusters too. South Shore chimed in. You should follow them. They do this way better than I do. They got a merch store. All their merch, the proceeds go to the Shriner Children's Hospital there in Chicago. So, yes, please follow them, buy their merch. I buy a lot of their merch. It's good merch. I think Mark said he still has a few of the Blink 182 inspired South Shore patches left. But you can get it on a sticker, you can get it on a hat, you can get it on a shirt. I have the shirt and the sticker. The hat is coming next. Yeah. I grew up and was a teen in the early 2000s, so that logo hit me right in the old feels there. So I'm hoping to have some Ecto Hawk exclusive merch soon. I just reached out to the comic artist that I commissioned to do some doodles. He's working on it. I know him. They're going to look really good. And I'm hoping I need to work with Ghostbuster Rebel. I would like a either Iowa Ghostbusters and Ectohawk, solo Ectohawk, solo Iowa Ghostbusters, maybe all three, where the Moogly is holding a gold ribbon, which for those of you who don't know, that's pediatric cancer awareness. And on the back, I want it to say, busting pediatric cancer makes us feel good. I am not going to copyright that. We are all Ghostbusters. If you want to use that for your franchise, then by all means do so. Not going to complain about that message being spread throughout the Ghostbusters community. So, well, cool. I have been rambling for about 30 minutes. I've said my spiel. Doesn't look like a whole lot of people want to talk, and that's cool. So, we'll be doing this again next week, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll find something to talk about. So if you want to be a part of the live stream, jump in the chat, ask me questions, or just say hey. I'm pretty good about interacting. My setup has changed. So when I did this last week, I was rocking a teeny tiny little monitor, and I was looking up here the whole time. It wasn't fun. I gave Bezos some money and got a better webcam. And now I've got my 40-inch TV as like my main monitor when I'm streaming, so it's gonna be really tough for me to miss chats coming in. And now I've got another screen where I can look up stuff and all that fun stuff. So it should be a better experience for everybody. So, all right. Well, if you enjoyed it, I appreciate it, and feel free to follow me or don't. Whatever. Do what you gotta do. So, but yeah, I will talk to you all next week.